So this week's module was basically about a different approach to learning for children, how to incorporate play into the learning environment. Basically, there's 3 different types of approaches that we viewed this week. There was the project approach, the fire hydrant project, and the camera project. All the projects, from what I noticed, were very involved, hands-on, and they all went through phases. For example, phase 1 for almost all of them was basically getting the children accustomed to this new factor, get them used to the new subject, or get them used to this new material or way of looking at something, assuring that the child has a complete and total understanding of what is going to be taught. Phase 2 moved on to going into a further understanding. In phase 1, they would discuss together, ask questions, but phase 2 is a deeper understanding of the subject. They basically went more into what is being taught to them. For example, if we're learning about plants, we'd probably go out to the garden in school and actually look at the plants and see how they grow and how they use sunlight, and talk about photosynthesis, and talk about how butterflies are the ones that actually take the little eggs from one plant to the other, and that's how plants continue to reproduce throughout the world. We'd probably go into a lot more detail, obviously, at a level in which the child may understand. The final step, which is phase 3 for most of them, was basically just summarizing everything, assuring that the child has a complete and total understanding of what has just been taught to them, and making sure that if there's anything that they still have doubts or anything like that, they'll still be able to have a clear understanding or clear up those doubts for them. In a way, I already kind of had an idea of these types of approaches due to a course that I took last semester that did speak about having more engagement with the children on a hands-on level. And it was very interesting. This obviously went a little bit more into detail with me. I do know that some children learn more by hands-on activities. They become more intrigued. As most of us know, that children do learn best when they're interested in something. The key point is actually getting the child's attention and intrigue them with what you're about to teach them, for them to actually pay attention, as we know that children sometimes could get distracted or simply bored with a subject, unlike adults. But one thing that I do feel could become a challenge for me in the classroom using these approaches is that these are all very hands-on approaches. Not every child likes working in a group setting. Not every child likes going outside and enjoying the sunlight and taking a little brain break, like I like to call them, to learn. Some students simply like to sit inside the classroom, read, get their knowledge from books, or simply by listening to the teacher. The reason I actually bring this up is because my boyfriend is one of those types of people. Since he was a child, that's the best way he knew how to learn. He did not like working in group activities. He was not very hands-on, but he preferred working by himself. And he brought that up as I was watching the video for the project approach, that not every child's going to enjoy these hands-on activities. And in a way, I agree, because of the different types of learning styles that we have in the classroom. We may have children that are 3 or 4 different types of learning styles, as I am myself. I like learning visually and auditory. So I like seeing what's being done, and I like listening and having an explanation as to how it's done. But yet I don't like reading it. So with that, that's one thing that I'll have a little bit of challenge with, but I think it would be something that I would have to work with and find a way to incorporate everything together, because I do believe that these approaches, it's engaging for the children, and they would truly have a good time going outside of the classroom and actually learning something that they actually see every day, not just a math problem on a paper. And with that, I leave you. Thank you. Have a good day.